Man, it's your boy Eric, aka Young God, coming to you live in the Pink Dungeon, giving it to you real, raw, rugged. And hey, this is interview number 2 right here, man. Your boy's a journalist in real time. You know what I'm saying, man? Nigga ain't go to college for this, but the nigga's out here. You know what I'm saying? And we got somebody on the line. I'm gonna let him introduce himself, man. Who we got?
Yo, what up, man? This is Sean Brown, repping Alumni Music Group, producer, artist out of Los Angeles, California. Just doing my thing right now, repping Stage 13.
Hey, man. Before we get into anything, you say you're from Los Angeles. I got a
Yo,
homeboy. I got a homeboy. He from here. I'm from Jacksonville, Florida, and he's a producer, dude named Taz Taylor. And he goes back and forth from here to Los Angeles, and he invited me to come to Los Angeles. But I've never been to Los Angeles before, and I'm just curious what, like what should I expect out there? What are things I should or shouldn't do out there? Just give me some tips, cause I'm thinking about going.
well, yeah, man, just expect, do you smoke?
Nah, I don't smoke at all.
Okay, well, we can X that out because I was going to say a lot of good weed. Other than that, man, a lot of good weather, lots of beautiful women. You got the mountains, we got the beach, we got downtown, we got Hollywood. A lot of great places to eat, man. So if you've never been here, I would say experience downtown. Definitely go to Hollywood, hit a club or two, and just get something good to eat, man. There's Pinks on the bread. We got Alberto's, In and Out, of course. So just do your thing over there, and other than that, man, just enjoy the weather.
Yeah, y'all do be having like some unrealistic fine women. Like they be looking. I'd be like, is
Man,
she real? Like,
it's
like
crazy, bro. It's crazy. It's
it's
crazy.
crazy. Would you say that
No.
Los Angeles has the most beautiful women in America?
Yeah, I would have to say that. I've been to a few places. I've been to the East Coast. I've been in the South a little bit, but I mean, it just depends where you're at, man. It depends what your preference is. But for me, Hispanics are like kryptonite for me. So out here, LA, Cali, that's all we got, man. And it's definitely, I think I would choose LA.
All right, all right. Anywhere else that you would like give a close second to?
Close, London.
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 Wow, I imagine
Yeah.
London to have like wow, ugly, trash white girls. That's all I picture in my head.
No, nah,
Really?
London's beautiful, man. Just all kinds of man. There was a club that we went to out there when I was out there. It was like an underground, and they played nothing but like R&B cuts from like the 2000s. It was crazy, but in that spot it had a lot of good, gorgeous looking ladies, man. And in London, I would say second right there.
Wow, man, they had you out there sipping the tea and crumpets in the club, man. I'm gonna have to go out there. I'm
You
gonna
already
have to
know,
go
man.
to London, man. But I mean, take it back a little bit. I guess when you were a child, what were you into growing up, like outside of music?
Man, I was a huge Lakers fan, so like basketball was my thing, man. Like that was like everything to me. So Lakers came on, I was watching the game. When the Lakers were off, I was playing basketball all day, every day. So like after school, I would hit the parks up, just be balling all the way until like probably 11 o'clock p.m. Go home, get ready for school, do school. Oh yeah, then we had practice and everything. So after practice, and just be basketball all over again. Other than that, I like to draw. I was an artist, a young artist. So it's like same thing with the arts, man. I think music and art and all that, it just goes hand in hand as far as creativity. But basketball, I would say, was number one. That was like my main focus and like my first love, first passion, and everything. Then I tore my ACL in college, so I started focusing on music, and that's how I kind of just grew a bigger love for music and really took music seriously from then on.
Can you still hoop?
No. I tore my ACL twice, so I
Wow.
haven't really touched the ball really since. I'm like kind of scared because I didn't get surgery on it. So the second time I tore it, I tried to play a pickup game, and first play of the game, I tried to drive to the basket, right down, slashing down the middle, tore my shit again, man. So it was crazy. So after that, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna shoot around here and there, but other than that, I'm cool.
Yeah, you a wild boy. You played a pickup game without getting surgery on your ACL.
Yeah, and this was years later, and I was like, I feel like I could do it. I feel like I could do it, and I tried it. Nope, negative.
They
Wasn't
had
happening.
you was out there with the Derrick Rose shits going on.
Yeah,
That's
for real, Derrick
crazy.
Rose syndrome, man. It's always getting injured. So I was just like, I'm done with this, man. I'm gonna just stick my head in the music and stay in it. That's it.
Wow. Are you still a fan of the Lakers to this day?
Of course, man. As we speak, I'm wearing a Kobe shirt and a Lakers dad hat.
Hey man,
Tell you right now.
I'm a big Heat fan, but I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm one of them people in 2017. I support the big baller. I support the big baller brand, man. So I'm
Oh
cheering
yeah,
for
hey,
Lonzo, man. I'm a part of the big
yeah,
baller
yeah.
brand, man.
You think Lonzo's gonna do work or what?
Hey man, I think he's finna get buckets. I know. I've been looking at him in the
He's so good.
preseason. I think he finna. I think he finna. I feel like it's him or the kid from Sacramento.
Kuzma.
Hmm.
Oh, you're talking about Fox?
Yeah, I feel like they're going to be runner ups for rookie of the year. I feel like it's going to be them two. So I don't know. Fox been
I can
looking
see
nice
that.
though. Fox been looking nice, but I don't know, man. I mean,
Yeah.
speaking of Kobe, I was just thinking about his last game. Like I don't think I've ever seen a game where that was somebody's last game and it was that good. Like I think that was the last. Like I think that was the best
Nah,
last
that's the
game.
way you go out. That's the way
Crazy,
you go out, man. That's like the ultimate closer right there. If any basketball player that wanted to go out, that's the right way to do it.
man.
I,
Dropped
I, I agree with you on that. Like I don't
60.
think anybody's touched that.
Yeah, 60-1 like last night. That's
No, seriously,
you can't even script that. Like that's not even something you can script. That was
can't make that up, bro.
yeah,
For real.
that's
That's
crazy.
facts.
That's crazy.
That's facts.
So yeah, I see you like sports. I see you like music, and I heard you. You say you dibble and dabble in the art. Are you still do that time to time?
A little bit here and there. Just like a stress reliever, just to kind of get away from, take a break from the music and whatever, get new creativity sparked up and new inspiration sparked up and everything. It's nothing too serious. Just I got some downtime. Or I just need to escape and just get away. I just hit the canvas for a little bit and get back to the music.
Okay. Well, I mean, growing up as a kid, what were you listening to?
Man, okay, so like my mom, every time she would clean the house, she would play all these old school records, and it would be like Earth, Wind, and Fire, Isley Brothers, Harold Melvin and the Blue Notes. So I would listen to all that, and then growing up, I would listen to Ice Cube, Jay Z, Eminem, Kid Cudi a little bit later, Pharrell, NERD. Then I'll go from there anywhere to the alternative side, Red Hot Chili Peppers, just pretty much all over the board, man. And the reason being is just, I think as an artist, I think you should expand and be open to all genres of music. And especially as a producer, I think that's the best way to be because you can get inspiration from any type of genre. It can be classical. It doesn't matter where it's coming from. So I was just, my upbringing was just, I was always open as an artist and a producer and knowing that I wanted to do this. And especially when Kanye dropped, when he produced Izzo, that's when I found out about him. And Through the Wire, I dove a little deeper into Kanye West, and I was like, okay, he made this beat. Oh, he sampled this. Oh, Shaka Khan. And then, my mom had all these old school records, so I started learning how to sample, and that's where I kind of got my foot in the door as far as me learning how to produce and how to sample. And Kanye was a big inspiration. But musically, like, it's always just been all over the place. And another thing is, I think that even you have a favorite artist or favorite type of music. Like me, I don't want to just listen to that type of music all day, every day. I would get tired of it. It's just like movies. Like you don't want to just watch action movies. You might want to watch drama. You might want to watch suspense. It's the same thing with music. You want to be entertained. So I'm not just listening to lyrical stuff all day or trap all day. I switch it up every day, man. It's still like that to this day.
That's a
I just
fact.
find inspiration throughout different genres.
That's I got a friend. He listened to nothing but trap music and like Chief Keef and stuff like that. I was like, man, if I listen to that all day, I'll probably have a headache. I'll be ready to like bag up some coke and sell crack. Yeah, I mean, I think I'll be goddamn like Pusha T out here. I'm not trying to be a kingpin in 2017, and I feel like, and like you said, if I was listening to nothing but conscious rap all day, man, I'd probably hate white people, man. If I'm like, man, the black brother, I'll be out here wilding.
It's just too serious. You gotta switch it up.
Yeah.
Go across the board. You
That's
gotta have fun, man. Be entertained. It's just like I said. It's just like movies, man. It's like I don't think anybody just watches one type of genre of movie. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a fact. I mean, speaking of movies, I just want to. This has nothing to do with anything, but every chance I get to throw this movie out there, I have to. I don't know if you've ever seen it, but are you familiar with Snow on the Bluff?
Say it again. What's it called?
Snow on the Bluff. You ever seen that movie?
Nah, I'm not.
Man, it's a classic. It's one of the best movies of the 2010s. If you got Netflix, please go look up Snow on the Bluff. And people ask me
I'm gonna
like,
do that tonight, actually.
people ask me
That's
people ask me what it's about. I basically just say it's a dude in the hood with a camera, and it's crazy. That's all I can say,
Snow on
man.
the Bluff.
Snow on the Bluff, and you'll see it on
Snow on
Netflix.
the Bluff.
Yeah, you'll see it on Netflix.
I'm gonna look that up. That
It's
sounds
like-
kind of crazy. A dude in the hood with the camera.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I mean,
that's dope. I'm gonna look that up.
and you were just talking about samples, and that kind of get me excited because I'm not a producer myself, but I really admire people who sample because I feel like it's an art form and not everybody can do it. It's something that is very like rare if you can find somebody who can really go in. So I've been like subscribed to his YouTube channel and they'll play like the original song that was sampled. And then the
Right.
next part, they'll play the song that sampled it,
The
and they're
actual
like,
song that
yeah,
sampled it,
yeah. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like how they flip that and do that like that. So, yes, I just want to know like, how do you find samples? Because some of the samples that I see on there, I'm like, this is like they sampling like from a movie from 1950 in France. Like, how does you even find this? So, like, how do you find your samples?
Man, for me, like, okay, the first time you hear a song that you know you want to sample, you know you want to sample that song within the first 5 seconds of the song playing. You hear a certain part or a certain part in your head that, okay, man, I could chop that up. Like if I hear 2 bars of just some dope ass strings and no vocals, I'm like, okay, I could chop that up, loop it, and then slow down the pitch. Like when I'm listening to music, I'm not listening as like a fan or the average listener. I'm listening as a producer. So for me, like I said, it's just if I hear something that's just out in the open, it just pops out to me. It's stuck in my face. I'm like, man, I could take that little part, flip it, slow it down, speed it up, chop it up, whatever. And it just got to be something dope, man. Just something that sticks out and that's kind of by itself. And sometimes even vocals are like that too. If you hear like a dope female singer on it and she's singing some melodies behind the instrumental, and it's like by itself, I'm like, okay, I could take that and do what I do with it and just flip it. So for me, it's just whatever part sticks out.
See, I feel like there's more people when you speak of vocals that like their vocals are very. I'm just creating a word right here, very sampleable. And like one of those people, one of those people that I just interviewed. I interviewed Napalm of Hiatus Coyote. I don't know if you're familiar with her. She's the one sampled on Free Smoke at the very beginning when she's
Oh, damn.
yeah, her right there. So that's her, and she was sampled on Damn by Kendrick too, and she was sampled on like an Anderson .Paak record. Like she sampled a lot. So is there anybody to you that has like a very sampleable voice? Or just make sampleable music in general. We say Nina Simone fact. That's a fact. Yeah,
Nina Simone sampled a lot. Ozzy Brothers sampled a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? I'm missing a couple people that's like been sampled a lot. But there's a lot of stuff that's like, even if you like search some crazy stuff like Japanese 70s soul music, you'll find some dope stuff in there that a lot of people haven't touched. And for me, I like to go with stuff that people haven't touched because I feel like a lot of people don't want to hear the same sample over and over and over. You know, if it's been by BJ Premier, then Kanye, then J. Cole. You know, it's just like, let me see if I can find something different that nobody's really kind of got their hands into yet, and try to go that route. I have like a specific YouTube channel too that I like to go to a lot.
Okay.
And they have like a lot of newer stuff that's like really dope to sample as well. It's just kind of like on some vibes and some just like stuff that you could really just bring out that nobody's really paid attention to yet. So for me, I always like to go left. I always like to go left instead of doing the same thing when it comes to samples, you know?
Hey man, I got something for you then. It's an album I found on some just random on Apple Music. It's like Indonesian.
Oh man,
it's
Apple Music, yeah, hell yeah, you find everything on there.
It's a fucking Indonesian funk album from the '60s, and it's like a whole bunch of Indonesian dudes. And when I mean like it's so much, when I mean it's so much stuff on here that you would probably just have like a blast with. What is it called? Let me look what it's called real quick. It's fire. What is it? Let me see. Let me find it real quick. It is called Those Shocking Shaking Days. Crazy. Yes. So you already know from that wild ass title is fire.
How you spell that?
Like Those Shocking Shaking Days.
Oh wow.
Those Shocking Shaking Days. And I want you to listen to a specific song which is really hard to me. It's called Candlelight. It's track number 10. You'll see it. It's crazy.
Candlelight.
So yeah, you'll have a blast when you listen to that.
Damn man, hey, good look on that. That's your gym right there.
Yeah, I might have to follow you on Instagram so you could update me what you think about that. You know what I'm saying, man?
We'll do that, man. Yeah. I'll follow back, do that.
Yeah. We'll get to your Instagram at the end of the interview. But I guess But last question before I get off of samples, I meant to ask you: do you have any like unique stories on how you found a sample, like just a crazy way like that you found a sample?
Yeah, man. And back in the Uber one time, it was not too long ago, probably a couple months back. I was leaving Hollywood. I was in the Uber, and there was a station that he already had playing. It was like satellite radio or whatever. and he was like going to change it because I guess he thought I wanted to listen to something else. I was like, no, leave it here. So I whipped out the Shazam, and I saw the record. As soon as I got home, I went straight home that night, found that record on YouTube, downloaded it, sampled it, and I made a dope ass record out of it. And the record is called Ocean Waves, the song that I did. But what happened with that was that song kind of got pretty big for me, and it started making a little bit of noise. The people that made the actual song contacted me like 2 weeks later, and they told me to remove the song off of all platforms, or else they're gonna have to sue. And they gave me 7 days to do so. And it sucks because that song was on a Spotify. It was on a playlist, and it was on a lot of blogs, and it was making a lot of noise for me. So I think now I'm gonna try to find, because I don't know how to play any instrument. Everything I do is just kind of by hand and air. So I'm going to find somebody that plays the keys really nice, and I'm going to have them replay that sample, and I'm going to keep the song, and I'm going to put it on the next project. But yeah, man, it's crazy just how it came from me just being in the Uber and having Shazam right there. Thank God for that, because it was just dope. I heard it right away. I was like, yeah, this is something I can make crazy. And it ended up being a dope record.
I wish some people were like cool enough to just be like, I respect this artistic form, and I'm not even tripping. I'm not going to sue you. You know what I'm saying? I feel like
I wish, man. I even asked their manager. I was like, even if it's nonprofit, like just SoundCloud, I'll take it off of Spotify, Apple Music, all that. And he's like, yeah, everywhere. I was like, okay, it's cool. So I took it down and everything. I left it for like 6 days because he gave me 7 days.
Mm-hmm.
I left it for like 6 days, just let it sit a little bit longer, and then I took it off on the 6th day. But I'm gonna definitely replay that, man, because I got a lot of good feedback on that record.
Yeah, was it just like an instrumental, or like what exactly? What was it? I mean,
The sample?
yeah, no. Like, was the song just the instrumental, or did it have like rapping over it? Like how like?
No, it was a song. It was like a newer. Oh man, I don't know what kind of genre it was, man, but it was an actual song. They had lyrics on it and everything. They were like singing on it. It was on some like Majid Jordan type, maybe I guess, maybe a little bit Party Next Door, but just a little bit more left. And but they had a spot in that record that just had an opening. Man, I was like, this is fire. So that's the part that I took, and it was just like once I put it out, it did well. It did really well. Like I didn't have any expectation. I just knew that it would be dope to me.
Yeah.
So when I put it out, everybody else kind of received it the same way. And then it got pretty big, and I got hit up by their manager and told me to take it down, man.
I mean, hopefully, like you said, you can get it replayed and it'll be just as fire.
Oh yeah, I'm going to. I'm going to absolutely, because that record is like one of my best records that I did this year.
Okay. Well, I guess fast forward to now today. You shooting a little reality TV show. Tell the people about that.
Yeah, man. Stage 13. It's featuring myself, Trinidad James, Futuristic, Reverie. Show premieres October 17th on stage13.com. And basically it just follows the, I want to say, the journey of an independent artist, a true independent artist. So like the obstacles and the trials and tribulations, the ups and the downs of a true independent artist. And each person has like a different story, man. That's the great thing about it. Each person has their individual story, and I think it switches between everybody's story really well. And I think everybody's going to love it, man. I'm excited about it. It's going to be October 17th, and it shows a lot of behind the scenes and what really goes on and what it takes to really sustain a career or trying to gain momentum in a career as such as the music industry, truly by yourself, truly independent, with just you and your team, or you and a couple people, and just trying to make it really happen. It shows everything from like personal issues to being in the studio to performances to everything, man. It's dope. It's dope. There hasn't been a show like this yet, so that's why I'm really excited about it. And we have the date, man, October 17th.
And I hear you keep saying true independent artists. Why you put so much emphasis on true?
Exactly, yeah, true. Because like a lot of times you have artists that come out, and oh yeah, I'm not signed, I'm independent. But then when you go and do some research, you see, oh, he's not really independent. Like he has a major machine, major distribution. He has like a real team behind him. No, in this case, it's truly independent. All four of us, me, Futuristic, Trinidad James, Reverie, we're really doing this thing on our own in a different way. And everybody's got their own individual way they're doing it, but it's truly independent.
Okay. And then what you got coming after that, like music-wise?
Music-wise, man, I'm working on the album. I'm going to drop that accordingly, so you can probably look for that into this month, maybe beginning of November. I have a bunch of songs just how it's stacked up that I'm just gonna start, consolidating and compressing and putting everything into an album. I'm gonna make it real nice, man. It's gonna be dope. So I'm pretty much done with it. All I have to do is just pick the best ones and maybe do a couple edits here and there and changes here and there, and I'm pretty much cool with that. So end of this month, beginning of November, and we're gonna be rocking with that. Other than that, man, I've been on my production real heavy. I got 3 tracks with Kid Ink coming up. I produced, and then I don't know if you remember Mark Morrison, Return of the Mac.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he's back in the studio. I'm working with him as far as me producing and everything. And I've been heavy on production, so I've been like submitting beats to a lot of different artists and just trying to get my production credits back up again. So I feel like in these past 2 years, I've been more focused on the artistry and just myself as an artist. But now that I'm pretty much done with this album, I've been taking the time that I have to really focus on beats and production and try to get placements. So I want to make a few placements happen before the year's over.
Hey man, I'm expecting nothing but fire between you and Mark Morrison, man. You know what I'm saying, man?
Yeah, it's gonna be dope, man. Yeah. I worked with him like probably 3 years ago, and they hit me up again. They said he's back in the studio, so I got something that's really dope, and I can't wait for everybody to hear it.
All right. Before we get out of here, I took fan questions, and this fan question wasn't specific to you, but since the last person features I just asked got a good reaction, why not ask you? And the question was, who's your favorite porn star?
Shit, man, I don't even have a favorite porn star, but just search fucking big booty, bro. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do.
Oh man.
But I do know who Lisa Ann is. I heard Futuristic. Yeah, she's retired.
Shout out to Lisa Ann, man. Anything else you gotta say before we get out of here, bro?
Man, just Mr. Sean Brown on all platforms: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. Mr. Sean Brown, man, and just be on the lookout for the album. It's coming out end of this month, beginning of November. Stage 13, October 17th on stage13.com.
All right, I literally just followed you, so I could definitely hear your feedback about the Indonesian album. All right, bet. All right,
Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Until next time, I say what I mean what I say. Haters gonna hate, players gonna play. Holla at your boy.